presenting an ongoing project on assessing global hate speech moderation on Twitter. I want to emphasize the fact that it's an ongoing project, so I'm very happy to get potential feedback from you to improve the final product.
Evaluated AI models to try to automatically detect hate speech in the flow of social media posts, again on Twitter. And what we find is that AI alone is actually not doing a great job, both because it makes a lot of mistakes. And so if applied at scale, you would actually be censoring people that post stuff that is not hateful, but that is flagged as being hateful wrongly. And AI alone wouldn't do the job. But the last thing we look at is a bit of a more realistic setup, which is combining an AI system that flags posts that are likely to be hateful with human moderators that then actually review the content that the AI flagged and correct potential mistakes. And what we find in this setup is that actually with not so many moderators, something like 100 moderators per language, we can achieve actually pretty high moderation rates and that are much better than the current status quo. And if you increase this number to 1,000 moderators per language, let's say, you actually see that you're able to moderate almost all of hate. We show with this research is that it's actually possible to have systems that combine AI and humans and that actually achieve relatively high moderation rates at very low error rates. So that brings a bit of insights in this kind of opaque moderation world where we actually, in a lot of cases, don't really know what works and how much it costs and so on. So that's basically the main takeaways of this research. I've seen what social media may play as a negative role in society. And so what governments have been doing is to try to put out some regulations on it. EU, typically you have the Digital Services Act that came out, I believe, last year into effect. And it forces platforms to remove within 24 hours content that is reported as being illegal, including hateful content. But at the moment, again, we don't really know whether it's actually being done. This research is actually showing that it's not really being done and that more efforts are needed and that with the resources that we have, it's actually doable. And so it's basically giving the keys and the methodologies for policymakers to actually audit these platforms and make sure they actually comply with existing regulations.